Okay, welcome in. I'm now going to be reviewing all of Monday's action from the NHL. There were 6 games on tap, so therefore 12 teams were hungry for 2 points apiece. Starting with the teams you see on your screen as the Winnipeg Jets were heading into Boston to take on the Bruins. In the first, Laco would kick things off for the Bruins, getting his second goal of the season from Frederick and Geeky 2 minutes and 20 seconds into that frame. Namestnikov would tie the game up just less than 2 minutes after that, getting his 6th goal of the season from DeMello and Nick Ehlers. Charlie Coyle would add a late goal for the Bruins, giving them a 2-1 lead at that point, his 17th of the season from Lindholm and Carlo. There was no scoring in the second period. We have to jump all the way ahead to the third, where DeBrusk would give the Bruins a late lead. To add to their lead. Shorthanded, mind you, 5 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. DeBrusk would get his 12th goal of the season, and then with just under a minute to go, Brad Marchand would increase the lead to 4-1, getting his 21st goal of the season from Coyle and Pasternak. So 4-1 would be the final score in this one. With the victory, the Bruins are still atop of their division, the Atlantic Division, 29-8-9. And despite the loss, the Jets have a very narrow lead in that very crowded Central Division with a 30-11-4 record. Again, they're also atop of their division, respectively. All right, next matchup takes place in New Jersey, where we have the Devils, and they are playing host to the Vegas Golden Knights. All right, let's take a look at the game review from this matchup. In the first, Dorofeyev would kick things off for the Vegas Golden Knights, getting his 7th goal of the season from Stevenson and Mark Stone, 6 minutes and 12 seconds in the frame. He sure would tie the game up with just under 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes and 39 seconds to be exact, his 13th of the season from Meyer and Bratt. Lazar would add a very late goal for the Devils, giving them a 2-1 lead heading into the second period, his 5th goal of the season from Haula and Batsian, and that goal happened with just 22 seconds remaining. In the second period, Toffoli would increase the lead to 3-1, a minute and 37 seconds into the frame, his 18th of the season from Nemec and Ball. Marchessault would cut the deficit to 3-2 with just exactly 6 minutes after that goal happened, his 21st of the season from Nicois and Krocek. He would get his 2nd goal of the game not even 3 minutes after that, exactly 10 minutes remaining in the period, his 22nd of the season, assisted by Barbashev and Nicois. Stevenson would score 48 seconds after Marchessault tied it up, giving the Vegas Golden Knights a 4-3 lead, his 8th of the season from Mark Stone and Alec Martinez. Speaking of Nicois, not only would he assist on a few goals, he would give the Vegas Golden Knights a 5-3 lead with 52 seconds remaining, his 8th of the season, assisted by Jonathan Marchessault. Tyler Toffoli would cut the deficit to 5-4, which is 16 seconds remaining, his 19th of the season, his 2nd goal of the game, by the way, assisted by Mercer. So after 40 minutes of play, it was 5-4 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. In the third period, Curtis Lazar will get his 2nd goal of the game, tying it up, his 6th of the season, assisted by Nemec and Batsian. That happened 9 minutes and 14 seconds into the third period. So we were all tied up at 5. We would need overtime to settle this one, when Tyler Toffoli would get his hat-trick goal, his 20th of the season, assisted by Luke Hughes, 2 minutes and 35 seconds into that overtime period. So 6-5 would be the final score in favor of the Devils. With the victory, the Devils are now 24-18-3. They're slowly creeping into a wild card spot. And despite the loss, the Vegas Golden Knights are 27-14-6. They're currently sitting 2nd in that Pacific Division. All right. The next matchup takes place in Nashville. We have the Predators, and they are playing host to the Florida Panthers. All right, let's take a look at this game review. There was no scoring in the first. We have to jump all the way ahead to the second, where Sam Reinhart would record his 34th goal of the season, a power play goal with 9 minutes and 42 seconds to go, assisted by Sam Bennett. Joe Lozen would tie the game up less than a minute after that, getting his 5th goal of the season, assisted by Sissons. So after 40 minutes of play, it was all knotted up at 1. In the third period, Verhaeghe would give the Florida Panthers a 2-1 lead, getting his 24th goal of the season from Sam Bennett, a minute and 11 seconds into the frame. Brandon Montour would get his 2nd goal of the season, assisted by Tkachuk and Sam Bennett, and that goal would happen with a minute and 39 seconds to go. And then Matthew Tkachuk would increase the lead to 4-1, getting his 13th of the season, assisted by Connor Verhaeghe. So 4-1 would be the final score in favor of the Panthers. With the victory, Florida has now improved to 28, 14, and 4. They are currently sitting second in that Atlantic division. And with the loss, the Predators are 25, 21, and 1. And they're also fighting for a playoff spot themselves in the wild card position. And as I say that, let me just double check the standings to make sure I'm not incorrect. Sorry, they're currently sitting in the second wild card spot, just 2 points ahead of the team that I'm just about to review in the next column. So they're currently sitting second in the wild card position. All right, now we're off to Arizona. We have the Coyotes, and they're playing host to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So let's take a look at the game review from this matchup. So in the first, Jason Zucker, a former member of the Pittsburgh Penguins, would open up the scoring, getting his 7th goal of the season from Cooley and Josh Brown, 2 minutes and 23 seconds in that opening frame. After 20 minutes play, it was 1-0 in favor of the Yotes. Lars Eller would tie the game up 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the second period, getting his 8th goal of the season, assisted by Joseph. Valimaki would get his first goal of the season for the Arizona Coyotes with 9 minutes and 56 seconds to go, assisted by Keller and Machelli. Sidney Crosby would tie the game up with 3.5 minutes to go, his 27th goal of the season from Karlsson and Evgeny Malkin. Kerfoot would give the Coyotes a late lead in the second period with just under 2 minutes to go. He would get his 7th goal of the season, assisted by Jason Zucker. So it was 3-2 in favor of the Coyotes after 40 minutes. Nick Bustad would... Okay, I'm a little confused about this goal scoring because it said there was 3-2 after 20 minutes, after 40 minutes, then something was 5-2. What? They must have missed a goal. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's only showing 4 goals for the Coyotes in this matchup. This is a little confusing for me. Apparently, Nick Bustad would increase lead to 5-2. So, I don't know. Did he score twice and they counted it twice? I'm not too sure about that. Getting his 10th goal of the season from Logan O'Brien and McBain, and that goal would happen 7 minutes and 4 seconds in the third period. So 5-2 is the final, even though it was only showing 4 goals by the Coyotes. I'm a little confused about that one. So with the victory, the Coyotes are 23, 19, and 3. They're trailing the Predators by 2 points in that wild card position. And for the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're 21, 17, and 6. And they're a little ways back in the race for a wild card spot. So again, even though all teams probably have over 30 games remaining in the schedule, if you fall too far behind, it's hard to play catch up in this league. All right, now we're off to Vancouver. We have the Canucks, and they were playing host to the Chicago Blackhawks. All right, let's take a look at the goal scoring summary from this matchup. In the first, Pius Sutter would open up the scoring 1 minute and 47 seconds in the frame, getting his 9th goal of the season from Kuzmenko and Juleson. The captain, Quinn Hughes, would double up the lead to 2-0, getting his 12th of the season from Mikheyev and Kuzmenko, and that goal happened 6 minutes and 40 seconds in that opening period. It's hard to believe there's no scoring in the second or third, respectively, so 2-0 would be the final score in favor of Vancouver. With that, they're still sitting atop of that Pacific Division with a record of 32, 11, and 4. And for the Blackhawks, a very long season. They're still last in that Central Division with a record of 14, 31, and 2. All right, the last matchup takes place in the Pacific Division between 2 teams from that same division as the San Jose Sharks went into Los Angeles to visit the Kings. All right, let's take a look at the game review from this matchup. Zetterlund would kick things off in the second period as there was no scoring in the first. His 14th goal of the season from Mike Hoffman and Thomas Hertl, 7 minutes and 46 seconds in that second period. Eklund would increase the lead to 2-0, 9 minutes and 6 seconds into the frame, getting his 8th goal of the season from Nico Sturm and Jan Ruda. Trevor Moore would finally get the Kings on the board late in that second period, 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining, getting his 21st goal of the season from Kevin Fiala. In the third period, Byfield would tie the game 1 minute and 33 seconds in that frame, getting his 14th goal of the season, assisted by Kempe and Spence. Bailey would give the Sharks a 3-2 lead, getting his 3rd goal of the season from Ryan Carpenter, 6 minutes and 17 seconds in the frame, and then Drew Doughty would tie the game up with just under 2 minutes to go, at 58 to be exact, a power play goal, his 11th of the season from Fiala and Byfield. The game would need extra time. Unfortunately, there was no scoring in the overtime. We would need a shootout to settle this one, and Logan Couture would get the game-winning goal for the San Jose Sharks. So the San Jose went into LA, quite a hostile territory for them, and managed to squeeze out 2 points against their Pacific Division foe. So with the victory, even though they won, the Sharks are still last in that Pacific Division with a 12-31-4 record. And despite the overtime loss, the Kings are still in a wildcard position. They're actually in the number 1 wildcard spot with a record of 22-13-9. All right, I should be up to date now with my recaps of hockey. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, please feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative as well. Until next time, take care.